Late nights. Excuses. A wife's betrayal cuts deep. But when she says, "I got what I needed elsewhere," her husband doesn't break. He builds a plan. Watch how Jake, a small-town mechanic, turns the tables with quiet strength and sharp moves. This is no soap opera. It's real, raw, and righteous. Stick around for a finale that'll leave you cheering for justice. Jake's boots crunched gravel as he locked up his auto shop in Austin, the Texas sun dipping low, painting the sky orange. At 32, he ran a tight operation, wrenches organized, invoices paid, customers' names remembered. His shop, Gear Tick, was the kind of place where locals brought their beat-up trucks and left with a handshake. Jake prided himself on reliability, the guy who'd fix your radiator and ask how your kid's baseball season was going. Tonight, though, his mind wasn't on spark plugs or oil changes. It was on Mia, his wife of 5 years, who hadn't answered his text since noon. He pulled into their driveway, a modest ranch-style house on the edge of town. The kitchen light glowed, and he'd left a pan of brisket in the oven, her favorite, seasoned with his dad's old recipe. Jake wasn't a chef, but he cooked when it mattered, anniversaries, birthdays, or just a Tuesday when he sensed Mia's stress from her marketing job piling up. She'd been working late all month, blaming end-of-quarter deadlines. Jake got it. Her firm chased big clients, and Mia, 30, was climbing the ladder fast. He admired her drive, even if it meant cold dinners. Inside, he checked the clock, 10:47 p.m. The brisket sat under foil, its edges crisp. He sent another text, "You good? Food's ready." No reply. He cracked a beer, sat at the counter, and scrolled through their shared calendar. Mia's entries were vague. Client dinner. Team meeting. No times, no details. His own schedule was precise. Shop open at 7 a.m. Inventory with Dan at 4 p.m. Jake liked structure. It kept life honest. By midnight, the front door clicked. Mia stumbled in, heels dangling from one hand, phone clutched in the other. Her eyes flicked to Jake, then away. "Work was brutal," she said, tossing her purse onto a chair. "Big pitch tomorrow. Everyone's scrambling." She moved to the sink, poured a glass of water, and drank like she was alone. Jake watched, noting the phone face down on the counter. A new habit. "Brisket's cold," he said, voice level. Could have texted. She shrugged, not turning. "Got caught up. You know how it is." "Do I?" Jake leaned forward. "You've been out past 11 3 nights this week. No heads up." Mia set the glass down hard. "It's not a curfew, Jake. I'm working." He nodded, slow. "Work. Right." He stood, pushed the foil-covered pan toward her. "Eat if you want. I'm turning in." As he passed, he reached for her shoulder, a reflex from better days. She stepped back, sharp, like his touch was an inconvenience. "Don't," she said, eyes on her phone. "I'm good elsewhere." The words landed like a wrench on concrete. Jake froze, hand midair. He didn't yell or slam anything. He just absorbed it, the sting settling deep. "Elsewhere," he repeated, testing the word. Mia didn't look up, already scrolling. He walked to the bedroom, closed the door, and sat on the edge of the bed. The house was quiet, but his mind wasn't. Morning came fast. The coffee maker hissed as Jake poured a cup, leaving one for Mia. She rushed downstairs, hair tied back, grabbing her keys. "Late already," she muttered, barely glancing at him. "Text by 7 if you're not home," Jake said, stirring his coffee. "That's the deal from now on." Mia paused, keys jangling. "What's with you? I'm not a kid." "Never said you were. Just saying I'm done waiting past midnight with no word." She rolled her eyes. "You're being dramatic." "I'm being clear." He slid her phone across the counter. "Put it in the calendar. We both see it." Mia snatched the phone, exhaling sharp. "This isn't college, Jake. Work runs late sometimes." Then 6 words by 7. "I'm working late. Don't wait up." "Easy." She adjusted her bag, lips tight. "I'll try." "Do it or don't," Jake said. "If I don't hear from you, I eat, sleep, and lock up. House isn't a waiting room." Mia's laugh was thin. "Fine, boss." She left, door clicking shut. Jake sipped his coffee, already pulling up their shared bank app. He split the grocery and utility bills, setting up separate payments. His account, his rules. By 8 a.m., he was at the shop, toolbox open, ready to work. Dan, his capataz, was already under a Chevy, cursing a stubborn bolt. "You look like you slept in a vice," Dan said, wiping grease from his hands. "Slept fine," Jake replied, grabbing a wrench. "Just tightening things up at home." Dan nodded, no questions. They worked through the morning, swapping stories about busted transmissions and picky clients. At lunch, Dan squinted over his sandwich. Saw Mia downtown last night. Bar on 6th Street. Some suit was making her laugh. Jake's jaw tightened, but he kept it light. Yeah? Good for her. Dan raised a brow. Didn't look like work. Thanks for the heads up. Jake didn't need more. He checked their shared Uber account on his phone. 2 rides last night, both to bars, not her office. He saved the receipts, closed the app, and went back to work. The day moved fast. Tires rotated, oil changed, a customer's kid given a shop sticker. But Jake's mind was on a new plan. No fights, no scenes. Just boundaries, firm and non-negotiable. Jake's wrench clattered against the shop floor as he finished a brake job, the Austin heat creeping through Geartick's open bay doors. It was Wednesday, 2 days after Mia's elsewhere comment and Jake's new rule, text by 7 p.m. If she was staying out, was in play. He wiped his hands, checked his phone. 6:15 p.m. No messages. Dan, his Capataz, was logging parts nearby, humming off-key to a radio tune. Jake didn't mention Mia, but Dan's glance said he knew something was brewing. At home, Jake grilled a burger, ate alone, and locked the front door by 7:30. No text from Mia. He opened their shared Uber account again, spotting another late-night ride from downtown, timestamped 1:12 a.m. the previous night. The drop-off was a bar called Rusty Spur, not her office. He screenshot it, then changed the house's Wi-Fi password, unlinking Mia's devices. Small moves, not spiteful, just his space, his control. Thursday morning, Jake left a coffee mug out for Mia, but she was already gone when he woke. Her side of the bed was untouched. He texted, "Bills are split now. Your half's due by the 5th. No reply. At the shop, Dan pulled him aside during a break. Caught Mia again last night, same bar. Suit guy was back, leaning close. Didn't see me. Jake nodded, jaw tight. Appreciated. He didn't need a scene, just facts piling up like receipts. That evening, Jake stayed late at Geartick, helping a customer with a busted alternator. His phone buzzed at 8:47 p.m. Mia, running late, client drinks. Too late, wrong tone. He didn't respond, instead driving to Home Depot for new deadbolts. Back home, he installed them on the garage and back door, texting Mia the codes. Locks updated. Use these. She didn't answer. At 11:50 p.m., her car pulled in. She entered through the garage, shoes clicking, carrying the bar's faint smoky scent. New locks? Mia asked, tossing her keys on the counter. That's a bit much. Security, Jake said, washing a plate. Text by 7 next time. She sighed, grabbing a water bottle. You're turning this into a prison. Nah, just a house with rules. He dried his hands. You're out a lot. I'm keeping things straight. Mia's phone lit up, face down again. She snatched it, silencing the buzz. Work's intense. You wouldn't get it. Try me, Jake said, leaning against the counter. Rusty Spur's not your office. Her eyes flicked up, sharp. What? You're stalking me now. Uber receipts hit my email. Shared account. Fix it if you don't want me seeing. She crossed her arms. You're blowing this out of proportion. Am I? He stepped closer. You said elsewhere. I'm connecting dots. Mia laughed, short and brittle. You're paranoid. It's just drinks with the team. Then why's your phone glued to your hand? Always hidden. Jake's voice stayed even. Text by 7, or I assume you're choosing not to. She stormed past, muttering, unbelievable. The bedroom door shut. Jake didn't follow. He opened his laptop, moved more shared expenses, cable, electric, to his account only. If Mia wanted freedom, she'd pay for it. Friday, the neighborhood barbecue loomed at Mickey and Tessa's place. Jake didn't want to go, but skipping felt like hiding. He and Mia arrived together, her hand brushing his arm for show as they walked in. Neighbors milled around, kids chasing a soccer ball, burgers sizzling. Tessa greeted them, offering iced tea. Mia switched to her social voice, chatting up Jen, her Pilates buddy, who shot Jake a knowing glance. Jen cornered Mia by the dessert table. You've been swamped, huh? Late nights? Her tone was all nudge, no innocence. Work's wild, Mia said, too bright. Quarter-end crunch. Jen smirked, glancing at Jake. Must keep you busy too, right, Jake? He sipped his drink. Shop's steady. Calendars help. Mia's smile faltered. Tessa changed the subject, but Jen's eyes lingered, stirring the air. Jake caught Mia checking her phone, thumb quick, screen angled away. He stepped to the grill, helping Mickey flip patties, keeping his hands busy. The crowd's chatter felt like static, Mia's laugh cutting through, forced and loud. Back home, Jake sat on the couch, TV off. Mia walked in at 12:20 a.m., heels off, phone glowing. Fun night. she said, like nothing was wrong. No text, Jake said, standing. 7 p.m. was the deal. She groaned. I was at the barbecue with you. Relax. After. You left for drinks. No heads up. He crossed his arms. I'm done guessing where you are. Mia set her phone down, face up this time, but dark. You're making this a thing. It's not. Then make it simple. Text by 7, or I plan my night without you. She shook her head, heading upstairs. You're impossible. Jake stayed put, checking the Uber app one last time. Another ride, 11:45 p.m. Same bar. He closed the app, locked the doors, and slept in the guest room. No arguments, no shouting. Just a line drawn, and he wasn't stepping over it. Jake's socket wrench spun, tightening a lug nut as the morning sun baked gear ticks open garage doors. It was Saturday, and Austin's weekend hum. Food trucks, joggers, live music, felt distant. His focus was on a busted carburetor and the text he hadn't received from Mia by 7 p.m. last night. Another Uber receipt pinged his email at 2:03 a.m., timestamped from a downtown lounge, not her office. Jake saved it, his jaw set. Dan, wiping down tools nearby, caught his mood. You good, boss? He asked, tossing a rag. Solid, Jake said, sliding under the car. Just keeping things tight. Dan snorted. Shop or home? Both. Jake didn't elaborate. He'd already shifted more shared accounts, streaming services, phone plan, to his name only, texting Mia the new logins. Update your access. No response. Her silence was louder than her excuses. That afternoon, Jake drove to a hardware store, buying a keypad lock for the front door. He installed it in under an hour, programming a code he didn't share. At 6:45 p.m., his phone stayed quiet. No text from Mia. He grilled a steak, ate at the counter, and locked up by 8. The keypad's beep felt final, a signal he was done waiting. At 11:37 p.m., the garage door hummed. Mia's keys jingled, then stopped. She tried the old code, failing. Jake opened the door, arms crossed. New lock? Mia asked, clutching her phone, heels in hand. New system, Jake said. Text by 7, or you're locked out. Code's temporary. I'll text it daily if you follow the rule. Her eyes narrowed. This is my house too. Then act like it. Text by 7. He stepped aside, letting her in. She brushed past, muttering about controlling nonsense. Her phone buzzed, screen hidden. Jake noted it, said nothing, and went to bed. Guest room, door shut. Sunday morning, Jake was up early, brewing coffee. Mia appeared, grabbing a mug, her movements rushed. Client brunch, she said, avoiding his eyes. I'll be out all day. Text by 7, Jake said, stirring his coffee. Or the code changes again. She slammed her mug down. You're turning this into a game. No game. Just my time, my rules. He slid a printout across the counter. Bank statements showing their split accounts. Your half of the mortgage is due. Set it up. Mia stared, then grabbed her keys. You're unbelievable. She left, door clicking shut. Jake sipped his coffee, opened his laptop, and canceled their joint gym membership. He signed up for a solo plan, feeling lighter. Monday, Dan pulled Jake aside at the shop. Heard from a buddy at Rusty Spur Mia's been there a lot, always with the same guy. Not a client, unless clients buy rounds and dance. Dan shrugged. Just saying what I know. Jake nodded, tightening a bolt. Thanks. I'm handling it. He checked the Uber app, another late ride, 1:15 a.m., same lounge. He forwarded the receipt to his personal email, then unlinked Mia's account. No more shared data, no more surprises. That evening, Jake stayed late at Gear Tick, finishing a custom exhaust job. His phone buzzed at 9:22 p.m. Mia, stuck at work? Don't wait. He didn't reply. Instead, he drove to a taco stand, grabbed dinner, and headed home. The keypad lock beeped as he entered. Mia's car wasn't there. He changed the code again, texting it to her. New code. Text by 7 tomorrow. No answer. Tuesday's neighborhood potluck at Mickey and Tessa's was unavoidable. Jake had promised to bring ribs. He arrived alone, Mia claiming a work emergency. The backyard buzzed with neighbors, kids tossing a frisbee, music thumping. Tessa handed Jake a soda, her eyes searching. Mia okay? She's been MIA. Work's got her, Jake said, flipping ribs on the grill. Jen, Mia's friend, sidled up, her smile sharp. She's been busy, huh? Big projects? Jake shrugged. Ask her. I just run a shop. Jen's laugh was too loud. You're chill for a guy whose wife's out every night. He met her gaze. Chill's not the word. I'm clear. Tessa changed the topic. but the air shifted. Jake served ribs, kept his smile easy, and dodged Jen's probing. His phone buzzed. Mia, 8:03 p.m. Running late, team drinks. He didn't respond, just pocketed the phone. At 11:59 p.m., Mia's car pulled in. She fumbled with the keypad, cursing, then used the texted code. Jake was on the couch, laptop open, updating passwords for their shared streaming apps. She walked in, reeking of bar smoke, phone in hand. "You're still up?" she asked, startled. "Finishing some things," Jake said. "You missed the 7 p.m. text." "I sent one," she snapped, waving her phone. 8:03, rules are rules. He stood, closing the laptop. "One more miss, and you're finding your own place." Mia laughed, sharp. "You're serious? Over texts?" "Over respect." He walked to the guest room. "Code changes tomorrow. Don't test me." She called after him. "This is crazy, Jake." He didn't turn back. The door clicked shut, and he lay down, mind racing but resolve firm. Mia's footsteps faded upstairs. Jake checked his email. Another Uber receipt. 1:47 a.m. Same lounge. He saved it, closed his eyes, and planned his next move. No drama, just decisions. Jake's drill word, securing a new shelf in Geartick's storage room. The Austin morning buzzing with delivery trucks outside. It was Wednesday, a week since the potluck, and Mia's late nights had become a pattern. No texts by 7 p.m., just vague excuses after midnight. Jake had changed the keypad code daily, texting it only when Mia complied. She hadn't. Last night's Uber receipt, timestamp 2:19 a.m., from a downtown club, sat in his inbox. He didn't confront her. Actions, not words, were his plan. At the shop, Dan handed Jake a coffee, eyes cautious. "Mia's friend Jen stopped by yesterday, asking about you," said Mia's stressed. Sounded like a fishing trip. Jake sipped, setting a wrench down. "Let her fish. I'm not biting." Dan nodded. "You're steady, man. Most guys would have lost it." "Losing it's loud. I'm quiet." Jake turned to a customer's Jeep, checking the oil. His phone stayed silent. No message from Mia. He'd already canceled their shared car insurance, setting up his own policy. At lunch, he called a locksmith to rekey the front door entirely, not just the keypad. The shop's printer spat out a new budget. Utilities, mortgage, groceries, all split, his half auto-paid. He texted Mia, "Your accounts need updating. Due Friday." No reply. That evening, Jake grilled chicken, ate alone, and locked up by 7:30. At 12:47 a.m., the keypad beeped, wrong code. Mia knocked, sharp and impatient. Jake opened the door, leaning against the frame. No text, no code. She held up her phone. "I sent one at 9. 9's not 7. He stepped aside. "Last warning. Next time, you're out." Mia pushed past, tossing her purse on the counter. "You're turning our home into a checkpoint." "It's my home," Jake said, voice even. "You're choosing elsewhere." Her phone buzzed, screen dark. She silenced it, avoiding his eyes. "Work's insane. You don't get it. I get receipts." He pointed to her phone. "Unlink your Uber. It's still on my email." She froze, then scoffed. "You're obsessed." "I'm informed." He walked to the guest room. "Code's new tomorrow. Text by 7. Thursday, Jake worked late, helping Dan with a rush job on a pickup truck. His phone buzzed at 8:15 p.m. Mia, client meeting, late. He didn't respond, just changed the keypad code and texted it. Follow the rule. At 1:03 a.m., another Uber receipt hit his inbox. Same club, same late hour. He saved it, then slept, unbothered. Friday's community fundraiser at the local park was a must. Geartick sponsored a booth. Jake arrived with Dan, handing out shop-branded keychains to kids. Mia showed up, arm in arm with Jen, her laugh loud for the crowd. Tessa, organizing the raffle, pulled Jake aside. "She's acting like nothing's wrong. You okay?" "Better than okay," Jake said, stacking flyers. "I'm clear." Jen approached, her voice syrupy. "Mia's killing it at work. Big promotion coming, right?" Mia nodded. "Too quick." "Maybe. Busy season." Jake handed a kid a keychain. "Busy's one word for it." His tone was calm, but Jen's smile wavered. The crowd thickened, music blaring from a stage. Mia mingled, phone in hand, glancing at Jake like he was a prop. He stayed at the booth, joking with Dan, ignoring her performance. At 7:45 p.m., no text. Jake left the fundraiser, drove home, and locked up. At 11:59 p.m., Mia tried the keypad, failing. She called. He didn't answer. She knocked, louder. Jake opened the door, holding a packed duffel bag, hers. No text, he said, setting it on the porch. You're done here. Mia's eyes widened. You're kicking me out? Over a text? Over choices. He called an Uber on his phone, setting the pickup for their address. Your stuff's packed. More in the garage, Sunday pickup, 10 a.m. She laughed, nervous. Jake, stop. We can talk. You talked. Elsewhere was clear. He pointed to the duffel. Uber's here in 5. Mia grabbed the bag, voice rising. This is my house. Jake said. You picked a different one. The car pulled up, headlights cutting the dark. Mia hesitated, then got in, slamming the door. Jake locked up, the keypad's beep final. He texted Dan, she's out. Sunday pickup set. Saturday, Jake cleaned the garage, boxing Mia's remaining things. Books, shoes, a forgotten charger. He labeled each box, stacking them neatly. His phone buzzed. Mia, I'm at Jen's. This is crazy. Let's talk. He replied, Sunday, 10 a.m. garage. No more words. He grilled ribs, ate with the TV on low, and slept in the master bedroom. The house is alone. Sunday morning, Jen's car pulled up at 10:05. Mia stepped out, arms crossed. Jake opened the garage, pointing to the boxes. Take what you need. Next pickup's next Sunday. Mia's voice shook. You're throwing away our marriage. You did that, Jake said, handing her a box. I'm just closing the door. Jen loaded the car, silent for once. Mia grabbed 2 boxes, then paused. I didn't mean it. Work's been. Save it, Jake cut in. You chose. I'm choosing now. He shut the garage, walked inside, and locked the door. The car drove off. Jake sat at the counter, opened his laptop, and canceled their last shared account, a streaming service. His name, his rules, his peace. Jake's boots kicked up dust as he loaded a toolbox into his new used Jeep, parked outside Gear Tick under the Austin sun. It was 6 months since Mia's exit, and the shop was humming. New clients, a restored Mustang finished ahead of schedule, and Dan joking with a customer about tire treads. Jake, now 33, had rebuilt his life like a well-tuned engine. The house was his, the keypad lock reprogrammed for good. No shared accounts, no late-night waits. Just clarity. Sunday pickups for Mia as things had gone smoothly after the first. She'd sent Jen or her coworker Maya to collect boxes from the garage, sticking to Jake's 10 a.m. window. No texts, no calls since her last plea a month ago. Can we meet? Coffee. Jake replied. Sunday, 10 a.m. Final items. She didn't show. The boxes went to a storage unit, paid for 1 month, key mailed to Jen's address. Done. Today, Gear Tick hosted a barbecue for the crew and their families. Smoke curled from the grill, ribs sizzling, kids chasing a soccer ball in the lot. Jake flipped burgers, handing plates to Dan's wife and Mickey's son. Tessa, from the neighborhood, brought a tray of cornbread, her eyes warm but careful. You're looking steady, she said, setting the tray down. Feeling it, Jake said, passing her a soda. Shop's good. Life's better. She nodded. Heard Mia moved to a condo across town. Smaller place. Not my business, Jake said, turning a rib. She chose her path. The lot buzzed with laughter, music thumping from a portable speaker. Dan clapped Jake's shoulder, pointing to a new client pulling in. Your reputation's spreading, man. On-time delivery's the trick. Always, Jake said, grinning. He'd bought the Jeep last month, a rugged 18 model, perfect for solo drives to Lake Travis. Weekends were his, fishing, hiking, or grabbing tacos with Sarah, a nurse he'd met at a client's shop drop-off. She was direct, laughed easy, and texted if she'd be late without prompting. No games, just respect. As the barbecue hit its peak, a car slowed at the lot's edge. Jen's sedan, Mia in the passenger seat, sunglasses on. Jake caught Dan's glance, who raised a brow. Need me? Jake shook his head, wiping his hands, and walked to the curb. Jen leaned out, voice sugary. Big day, huh? Congrats on the shop's win. Thanks, Jake said, arms crossed. What's this about? Mia stepped out, sunglasses off, her voice low. Thought we could talk. Properly. Like adults. Had your chance, Jake said. Porch, 6 months ago. Said enough. She shifted, glancing at the crowd. I've been seeing someone. A therapist. I'm working on things. Good, Jake said, unmoved. Work on them for you, not me. Jen scoffed. You're cold, Jake. She's trying. I'm clear, he said, eyes on Mia. You picked elsewhere. I picked peace. Mia's voice cracked. I miss us. The house, the plans. You miss control, Jake said. I don't. My life's mine now. The crew's laughter carried over, a kid shouting as a frisbee sailed. Mia's eyes darted to the scene. Jake's world, moving without her. She tried again. One coffee. To close things. Closed it when you left, Jake said. Sunday, 10 a.m. Storage unit. Last of your stuff. Keys with Jen. He turned, walking back to the grill. Dan joined him, silent but solid, handing him a spatula. Jen's car idled, then pulled away. No scene, no echo. Monday, Jake met Sarah for coffee at a food truck park. She asked about his weekend, listening as he described the barbecue, the shop's growth. Sounds like you're thriving, she said, sipping her latte. Getting there, Jake said. Like things simple. Work, friends, time I can trust. She nodded. I get that. My shift ran late last week. Texted you by 6:30. Noticed, Jake said, smiling. Appreciate it. Back at Gear Tick, a new contract landed. A fleet of delivery vans needing maintenance. Jake signed the deal, then drove to the lake, Jeep windows down, air warm. His phone buzzed. Mia, got the storage key. I'm sorry. He didn't reply, just parked by the water, watching the sun dip. The silence was his, earned. Weeks later, Tessa mentioned Mia's condo was on the market, her car traded in. Whispers said her circle had shrunk, her late nights replaced by quiet ones. Jake didn't dwell on it. He grilled for Dan's crew, took Sarah to a food festival, and planned a solo camping trip. The house stayed locked, his accounts separate, his schedule his own. At the shop, a kid dropped off a bike for a tune-up, calling Jake the guy who fixes everything. He laughed, handing the kid a shop sticker. Respect's not hard, Jake told Dan later, locking up. You set your line, you hold it. Dan grinned. You're preaching now. Nah, Jake said. Just living. He climbed into the Jeep, drove home, and slept deep. The keypad's beep a reminder. His rules, his peace, his life.